Peace be with you. Dear friends, welcome to Living Flame Podcast website and Facebook group. Gospel Reflections for Wednesday of the 31st week in the Ordinary Time. Gospel according to Luke chapter 14 verses 25 to 33. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus. That was a usual thing that happened around Jesus wherever he went. And on the way, he would always tell them something. And what is this something? Always connected with God's kingdom. Now, in today's gospel passage, Jesus turned and addressed them. And he said, "If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple." So, discipleship is a very exacting job. It requires sacrifice, it requires dedication, diligence, commitment, and the spirit of service. So that is why Jesus insists here. In some way, this looks weird, hating father, mother, wife, children, brothers, and sisters, even his own life. On another occasion, when the lawyer came and asked Jesus, "Which is the greatest commandment?" Jesus said, "Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind and strength. And love your neighbor as you love yourself." So in some way that can be connected here. That means in order to be the disciple of Christ, one has to wholeheartedly love Jesus. If we love Jesus, we love God. As Jesus said, "I and my Father are one." And then Jesus continues, "Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple." The first level is hating or detaching oneself from the family. The second one is to carry one's own cross. Now, carrying cross is a difficult task. All of us have our own crosses, whether they are physical, mental, spiritual, psychological, or social. We have many crosses to carry. Every day when we rise, we think about the problems we have to solve, whether they are family problems, problems with the children, wife, husband, or problems at home, in the neighborhood, problems of job, or many other things that come into our mind. And therefore Jesus says, well, you have to carry your daily cross. So there is no other way. There are no shortcuts to be my disciple. That means you have to carry your own daily burden. Now Jesus gives a parable here to make us understand what he really meant. Which of you wishing to construct a tower does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? That's a normal thing that happens in the world. We might have seen some of the constructions are half done. Why? They did not sit and plan well. So planning is absolutely necessary in life. That's why Jesus' invitation here is that if we want to lay a foundation, we need to know how to finish that particular project. And if we are not able to complete that project, people will say, this one began to build but did not have the resources to finish. Now, I come back to the previous verses. When Jesus says one has to hate father, mother, brothers and sisters, wife and children, and his own life, means liberating oneself in order to exclusively love Christ and follow him. But on the way of loving Christ and following Christ, we should be able to carry our own daily crosses. That means our inconveniences, difficulties, all sorts of pains, defeats, So that is a part of our life, it cannot be detached. And that requires planning, that requires deep understanding of what is this discipleship means. Now, another parable is interesting too. What king marching into a battle would not first sit down and decide whether with 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, any one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. So ultimately, it comes to one point that hating father, mother, brothers, and sisters, wife and children, and his own life means to detach ourselves. It is not a thing of hating. Who would hate father, mother, brothers, and sisters? Nobody would do that. Ultimately, invitation is that our whole focus and attention should be on Jesus, because our love should be wholehearted. Then only we can be true disciples of Christ, following on his footsteps and proclaiming the good news and spreading his kingdom. God bless you.